Excel can perform calculations, both simple and complex. All you need to do is to set the formula. To set formulas, there are some simple rules to follow. Now in this example here, we have some students enrolled on a summer school, and we're going to calculate the fees that they need to pay. So we're simply going to add the tuition fees in this column to the material fees in this column. So first of all, we need to click on to the cell where we want the calculation to take place, and we put in an equal sign. Now in Excel, all formulas start with an equal sign, because this alerts Excel to the fact that a calculation is about to take place. We now click onto the cell that we want to include in our calculation, and you'll notice in the total cell it actually puts the cell reference B7, not the value of the cell, which is £76, but its cell reference. We now need to put in the mathematical operator for the calculation. So if you want to add, you simply put in the plus sign. If you want to subtract, you will put in the minus sign. If you want to multiply, you would use the star sign. And if you want to divide, you would use the / sign. Now in this case, we're just simply adding the tuition fee to the materials fee. So we'll put in the plus sign, and we'll now click on the cell that we next want to include in our calculation. So our formula here is equals B7 plus C7. And when we press enter, Excel will perform the calculation, and it will add the contents of B7 to the contents of C7. Now if we click back on to the total cell, we'll see up here in the formula bar, it will actually tell you the formula that's been used in that cell. So by using cell references in the formula, Excel will be calculating the contents of that cell. So this makes it easier when you need to update or edit your spreadsheet, because any changes will be automatically updated in the formula. So for example, if we wanted to update Jane Dawson's materials fee, if we wanted to change it to £24, notice that the total cell will automatically update as soon as we enter the enter button. Now to calculate the totals for the rest of the students, we can just copy the formula that we've created in D7. Now the easiest way to do that is to click onto D7 and click onto the fill handle at the bottom right hand corner of the cell, and then just simply drag your mouse, and then you'll see that Excel has copied the formula to all the other students. In copying the formula, Excel adjusts the cell references automatically to refer to different cells relative to the position of the formula. This is known as relative referencing and is the default in Excel. So if we click on to Chloe Pearson's total, if you look in the formula bar, Excel has changed it to B8 to C8, and it's the same with Laura Kelso, it's B9 to C9, and so it will automatically change the cell references. Now there will be a time when you're copying a formula when you want one of the cell references to stay constant and not automatically change. Now in column 3 we're going to add an enrolment fee of £15 to the total. Now to do this, we can click onto E7, put in the equal sign so Excel knows that a calculation is about to take place. Now click on the total cell, put in the plus sign, and then we click on B3, which is our enrolment fee of £15. Press enter, and we've got £115. If we click back on that and try to copy the formula to the other students, drag it down, we now have a problem. Because Excel automatically adjusts the cell references, we find that the enrolment fee in B3 is not being added to the total. Excel is changing the cell references to B4, B5, and so on. For Excel to copy only B3, we need to set B3 as an absolute reference. Now to do this, we can undo this copy that we've just done. Now we click on to E7. Now in the formula bar here, we can click on to just before the column letter, and we put in a $sign, and then if you click on to just before the row number, we also put another $sign in, If we press enter, again we get 115. Now if we copy that formula to the rest of the students, and if we click onto any of them, we'll see in the formula bar that B3 is constant right throughout the formula. So that is how you set absolute references.